viewers, got a bit of a test pad going on in the lounge room tonight. Trying out, I only brought in 2 motherboards that I had out in the shed, a couple of AMD ones. This one fired up perfectly. It's been stable for about an hour. Couldn't load Windows off that hard drive. I think there's something corrupted on that installation though, because on the original motherboard it gave a blue screen of death as well. Only physical damage on the motherboard is the 2 little white clips that hold the memory in on this side are missing. So I'll see if I can track down a pair of them from somewhere. And as far as I can test it, it's right to go. I'll muck around with a little bit more, may even put it in a computer and sell it as a whole computer yet, but yeah, it's running quite well. This motherboard here, that was from that computer I did in a few videos back, kept turning itself off. I left it exactly as was, and I'll borrow the processor out of it, but it's running quite happily in there. But I cannot get it to play up. It is running spot on perfectly. Tried putting different memory in it to make it play up, couldn't get it to muck up, so don't know what was causing that. I had pulled the CPU fan off when I pulled the computer apart just to see what the process was, so maybe there's a bit of dust in the socket there somewhere. But that's a good one to keep, sell, whatever. I'll test that a little bit further as well. I was using this A-Open power supply. I decided to take a shit, so I've I think it's a Chinese copy of a thermal take. It's just got TT written on it, but I've been using that and hasn't given any trouble. I've got quite a few just sitting out in the shed in a big pile, so when that one took a shit I had another one sitting there ready to go. There's no dramas there. I've just got to pack this up every night and put it into boxes and keep it safe because I haven't got my computer room anymore. Also had this turn up today. AMD Athlon 64 3000 plus CPU. It's obviously used but still in its box. And motherboard suit, so I'll have to find a case in the next couple of days to suit them. This second motherboard I was testing, I'm going to fit into this little Packard Bell case. Only thing is I haven't got the plate that goes on the back of it, but that doesn't matter too much. This is the original motherboard from Packard Bell. I've just took the 2 RAM holder clips out, but it was just acting like it was surging, like the CPU fan sounded like it was a car on its rev limiter. And I removed everything from the motherboard, including the CPU, RAM, everything, and it was still giving the same effect. So there's something cooked in here somewhere, but this one will fix it up. And hopefully I won't have to reinstall Windows because they've got a similar chipset on it, so it shouldn't cause too many conflicts. Alright, let's get it together. Well, it's starting up alright. Just got to get in there and friggin' hope they don't have passwords on there. I have got a disk that'll remove them, but a bit of pain in the butt. Alright, let's see what we can't do with this. Well, it appears they have some sort of... oh, there's a password on each account. So, I'm going to clear them with my little boot up disk. So, should be right to just boot like that. This is the Linux based disk, so yeah. Let me sort this out. So passwords cleared on both accounts now. According to this, we'll pull the discount and give it a hit. It's next day now. I'll take another video later on the computer. I had a bit of trouble getting Windows to activate again, but then the date in the motherboard BIOS was wrong, so that's what was causing that issue. But now, well, this motherboard made the computer effectively frozen, so I'm going to thaw it out. Start off with, what, 30 seconds? Not much activity going on in there, a little bit of sparking here and there, but not a great deal. Oh, there goes a few electros. Oh, now we're cooking. Oh. It's like popcorn. It's got smoke pouring out of it too. Alright, let's see the carnage. Not quite done, I don't think. That's what 30 seconds does. We've got one, two, three vented electrolytics. It really fucked up a couple of the PCI slots for some reason. But there's plenty more caps to blow in there yet, so I'll stick it back in later and let it rip. That's what 30 seconds does. We've got one, two, three vented electrolytics. It really fucked up a couple of the PCI slots for some reason. But there's plenty more caps to blow in there yet, so I'll stick it back in later and let it rip. So I went to the tip this morning, got a couple of old Victor mowers. There's another Victor up the back that I've got as well. I was just mucking around with not long back. And I got a Tecumseh powered Parklander push mower, which goes alright after a fuel bowl clean out, so I'll show you that in a minute. Believe it or not, a friend of mine just pulled up and they were cleaning up at his church today, and he just asked if I wanted this. He doesn't know how long it's been sitting for. It's been sitting for a while, obviously, but I said I'd take it. It's got a good little 160cc engine on it, so I'll have a quick look at it. If it wants to run, it wants to run. If not, I'll use the engine on something. But yeah, another freebie. Free's always good. Here are the other two mowers that I got this morning while I was out at the tip. That's the 4-stroke one. That goes quite well now. It's had a carby clean out and runs very quietly. And here's a good old-fashioned Victor 2-stroke. That one runs alright, but yeah, it had a few fuel leaks and probably could do with a carby clean out. So yeah, I'll go back inside now and muck around with that computer. Depending how much beer I drink tonight, it's going to depend on how creative I get. I want to build a go-kart, and I've got some steel laying around for it. I've got about 10 of these Victor engines laying around, probably quite a lot more than that, maybe 20, but I've got 10 that are just floating around on scrap basis. So I had an idea today that maybe I could run twin engines, but maybe to begin with I'll sort that little 5 horsepower Briggs out and mount that on it to begin with, because for the Victors I'd run twin clutches, so starting them separately wouldn't be a problem, and then just run that straight to the back axle. Wouldn't be too worried about the engines being slightly different in speed, because one clutch would slip, the other one would pick up, and they'd equalise themselves readily enough. Well, it's getting a bit dark outside now. I thought I'd skip doing any welding or cutting tonight. I just couldn't be bothered by now, and really not in the mood for computers, so just thought I'd give this Parklander mower that I brought home today a bit of a going over and quick service. couldn't find any suitable blades in my collection for that particular brand, but I found Victor ones fit on there perfectly. Very sad and sorry state of the old blades, so there's 2 brand new ones on there and 2 old ones that were there, and they are not too bad. So it should cut quite nicely. I've just got to change the oil now. So it's all serviced now, new oil, fixed up the handles, fixed up the starter cable, or starter cord, oiled the throttle cable, so it's right for a test run tomorrow, and then I'll put it up on eBay for sale. Hope to get maybe $60, $70 for it, which would be alright. And then, yeah, move on to the next one to sell. Okay, so now on to this 2-stroke Victor from today. I'm not going to sell this one. This is going to hang around for some time. I think it just needs a quick carby rebuild. It's a little bit hard to start, and some new fuel lines, because these are all really hard and perished, so I'll replace those while I'm going. Alright, whip the carby off and get started. So the carby's off. That took all of 2 seconds. Big fucking wasp landed on me. First thing I noticed though is flooded with petrol. Fuck off. Right. So, start off by cleaning up this carby. I need a new primer cap because that one's quite obviously rooted. I'll pull it apart and wash it in some petrol. So, all the parts are in this baby formula container. Got a bit of fuel in there. Put the lid on it and give it a good shake. And a bit of a twirl this way and that way and whatever. Just give everything a good rinse. And that should have everything pretty much spotless clean. I'll just have to wipe it dry as I pull it out. Well, there's a lot of bugs out tonight. Obviously the cat's found something to eat. I think it was just a big cricket, but must be tasty. So somewhere in there I've still got the needle and jet to fish out, but I'm not fishing around in fresh petrol, it burns the fingers too much. So I've got a empty stubby, funnel with a bit of cloth in it. I'm just going to pour the cleaning of petrol through it. So hopefully if they come out of the tin, they get caught in there. Oh, there's jet, so it's all good. And there's the needle. There's the fucked up stop switch rubber, but I'll put a brand new one on. I've got a heap of parts laying around. That's absolutely rooted. Even when you pull these apart, even if they look good, just replace them, because what are they? $1 for a set or something like that. Okay, so there's all the parts nice and clean now. I'm not going to do a video on reassembling it or how to reassemble it. Jay the Aussie did quite a good one not long back. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it all back together, and you can see the finished product. I'm not going to start it tonight though, obviously. Oh, I found the boot and the O-ring. For the life of me, through all my spare parts, I cannot find fucking kill switch rubbers. Rover blade plate bolts, Victor blade bolts, Victor blades. Box with a few random bits in it. Rover Suzuki air filter. Victor spark plug boots and carby O-rings. No kill switch fucking plugs. Briggs and Stratton needle on the seat. Rover blades and bolt loads. Blade bolts. Too much beer. Another Victor boot. I always buy them in pairs, so stuffed if I know where they've gone. Power torque ignition coil. Old Victor points. Empty spark plug box. Old school Briggs diaphragm. Must be on my workbench somewhere. Okay, panic's over now, found one. Let's get it all back together. So it's just everything reassembled on the engine now. I've just got to quickly hook up some lines and that. Reuse the old primer cap. I don't really care if they're a bit hard to start when they're in my collection, so I'll make do with that for now. Just got to pop the air filter in, hook those hoses up, and I might replace this spark plug boot while I'm going, because it's pretty simple to do. All you do is just pull the end off and slot the new one back on. Sometimes you need to put a little bit of oil on them to make them slide on easy, but yeah, this one does sometimes take two hands, which this one's going to. Well, completely finished now. It's right for a test run tomorrow. New air filter, carby's fully cleaned out, it's priming beautifully. If you, just one quick side note, if you find you've got a Victor with a plastic carby that's hard to start, now with the fuel on, after about 10 seconds you've got to allow it to flow down, fill the float chamber up. When you hit the primer, if you don't hear a very faint ticking noise, it's not priming. Ticking noise is when you push that, air pressurises the chamber, pushes the float down, and then forces fuel up through the jet into the intake manifold area. So if you don't hear that ticking noise, the priming's not working. That's why it's hard to start. So yeah, good carby clean will usually rectify that. Also got the new spark plug boot, and chuck on some new blades if they need doing. I haven't checked them yet. Either probably tomorrow or next weekend. Alright, thanks for watching.